how to get a business loan without having to use the spray and pray method of sending out an application to anywhere and everywhere where all lenders have it. It's open to the public. You're getting emails after emails, text notifications, phone calls, voicemails day in and day out. They end up on your Facebook account messaging you there and everywhere else. Hi, this is Michael with Viral Funding Solutions. Welcome into this live. We are streaming on TikTok. If you're watching this later on YouTube, then look in the description down below for all information. If you're here on TikTok currently, you can refer to the bio for all information. There will also be a free 6-step pre-approval lending checklist along with a questionnaire form you can fill out, and you'll get the free 6-step pre-approval lending checklist as a bonus. So I'll just leave that down below as well as in the bio. Wanted to get that out of the way where a lot of people are getting help. Now, I've been speaking to a lot of business owners recently. Hi, welcome in. Who are very frustrated. Like, I got off the phone call with an individual yesterday. Great human. Spoke to him about business. And he gave me all of his concerns. You know, there are a lot of business owners out there who do this spray and pray method. And what that means is you're just going out there and applying anywhere and everywhere. You're probably seeing display ads. Then they're following you on Facebook, somewhere else on Google. When you're doing other searches, maybe you're doing hobby type of things and they find you on a website. They're calling you then, text messaging you, telling you to come back. The biggest problem with that is you don't know exactly who and how it exactly works. A lot of business owners, they get themselves into this dilemma by, hey, I'm going to go and apply for this place because I saw them on Facebook or I saw them here. Perhaps you didn't even apply to a certain provider or a lender and your information is already publicly released. How is that? Now, I won't spend a lot of time on this subject. There's something called trigger leads. And then there's another one. But what happens is your information can get stored within the credit bureaus, and then some other organizations, other ISOs, brokerages, lenders may come in and request that information, or the credit bureaus publicly and openly release it themselves. So that's not necessarily your fault. It's just a matter of how these other faulty lenders and providers do business. I don't associate with any of those people. I don't have lenders who then collect your information and then they send it out somewhere else where other lenders are contacting you. I do not do any of that. With me, you're in proper, safe, and secure hands. I can almost 110% guarantee that. And the reason why I say almost, because there's still a little margin. Even with the best lenders, the best underwriters, the best broker, there will be a very, very low marginal room where somebody else may request that information. So sometimes it's out of our control. Because once it's in the credit bureau's hands, or once this data is pushed out in another way, but I don't deal with those types of lenders. I don't have those kinds of providers who we say, hey, we're going to spray and pray, we're going to take your application, we're going to send it everywhere, shop it around, not protect your privacy. I do not deal with any of that. It is very safe and secure, whether it's directly or indirectly. We already have those partnerships with those direct lenders within that agency/brokerage type of situation, which is a lot of the times recommended. Just make sure you go to the right one. So again, a lot of the people think, hey, Michael, why am I getting phone calls? Why am I getting emails from a lender that I never heard of? Oh, it wasn't because of me. My lenders, my providers, they don't do that. However, there's a very little margin where that can still seep through. That's why I use the word almost. Now, there are other providers out there who just have the whole well open and it's just going to flood in. But even with me, it's very, nothing really gets through like that. So you just have to be careful about who you turn to and who you go to. Now, like I said, I've spoken to a lot of individuals recently, one of them yesterday, who told me how he just kept getting email after email. He can go through his whole inbox and find all of these people trying to get him to get a business loan. Oh, here's this. We can guarantee you that. We can show you you can get approved for this much. All you have to do is go over here and start your application. Or you started your application. Now you have to submit the contracts. I have those problems with clients. I had to speak to an account manager not too long ago because they weren't releasing my clients' information. Somehow they got a hold of him. He said that he was being emailed, even called and contacted in other ways. He had no affiliation with them, and I had to investigate it, and I found the company out. So there are sometimes external third-party lenders out there who are willing to do that kind of work, and that's not what I associate with. And I disassociate with them, so I will only work with the best who don't just send your information out everywhere. I don't have any lender who will do that, and I work with the best. And like I said, there's always a little, very marginal amount that, like the credit card companies and the people who request that information. But that's always a common thing. So, like I was speaking to this individual yesterday, he told me about his situation, banks calling here, got these business loans. But he told me then and there why he preferred to go with me. I greatly appreciate what he had to say. It was on the fact that I'm very personable and I'm an expert. I know my stuff. Those other individuals are over-promising, under-delivering. I don't know if you've been in this situation yourself, but literally I was on a call with him. He's doing very well financially, doing over 6 figures per month. He just needed some guidance, needed a better understanding of what he could qualify for. He's never gotten a business loan before. So I told him, I'll take care of you. I got my hand over your shoulder. Come on in. I'm going to help you in the best way possible like nobody else can. And there are a lot of brokers and agents out there who don't deliver. They don't even know what they're saying. I see a lot of people out there who are like, yeah, just come in and apply for this program because they want to make money. They want to make the highest amount of commission or whatever it is. And I don't work that way. If I know that an SBA loan, an SBA Express or standard loan is better for you than this merchant cash advance or a derivative of that, maybe it's better set up for you to accept payments like this and you qualify for it. But other people are out there to doggone get you. Guaranteed. It's over 90% of the industry. Like they don't know either what they're doing and or they're trying to push you into a product that doesn't make sense. And if it's not something you can qualify for, what is that roadmap? So like this individual, and I speak with a lot of people, they come to me and say, hey, Michael, I found your YouTube content helpful. I saw your blog. I found you on TikTok. I saw you on Instagram or in other means. And they go, I really resonate with what you're doing because, like I said, I provide value unlike anywhere else. I don't expect anything in return. Hey, if you feel like this is the application process you want to go into, this is what I'll require from you. And again, I'm a broker. I'm not this just sending out information kind of guy. You know how they set up a company and then you see the guy who just markets or sets up information and doesn't handle everything. I work with everything. I had to work for everything I've had and will have in the future. So keep that in mind. If you don't want to necessarily respond back to those emails, those people calling you, texting you day in and day out, you have to get in touch with someone like myself who's an expert at what he does. And I've worked with every industry out there, of all backgrounds, of all problems, pain, roadblocks, questions. What are the results you're actually looking for? Construction, manufacturing, retail, restaurants, the medical space. The list goes on and on. Those are just some of the many that I've already worked with and have helped a lot of individuals not only get funding, but if they're not quite there yet, what avenues, what way do you have to go through? Because you have to reroute. I can go through my own inbox and find all the people who have been emailing me. I get it. I've already received funding before. I'm not taking out the advances all the time. I'm not taking out unsecured term loans because my business is cash flowing properly to a point where I can keep my expenses where they need to be without increasing it too much, where then my revenue is already increasing. Sometimes the expenses come up, but I'm able to cash flow properly, sufficiently in my business and businesses. So I can keep circulating that. For every dollar, I put another 70 to 80 cents in. So I have less than 10 cents or so that are coming back to me. So you have to think about how you're reinvesting your money in your business because it'll pay you back in about 5 to 10 years. That's why a lot of businesses struggle. And that's where I want to turn my attention to next. So just to quickly recap on that point, when you're getting email from lenders, providers. I'm not going to start naming those companies because I can. And you're starting to get text messages, phone calls. I would say 110% do not move forward with them. I'm not saying that because I want you to come with me. I'm saying that because that is the actual truth. And that you go to these companies, you're asking yourself, what's the process? What's the underwriting? How do I know this will happen versus this? What am I going to be insured at least if I don't know the exact rate I'm getting? What could be a ballpark range? Who am I speaking with? Who will I be speaking with if one or more? How is this process going to be handled? Am I going to the best lender? Here's another example. A business owner gets approved for $200,000 where another company was going to give him $35,000. How did we work it out? How am I able to work things out like that? Because I have strategic, personal, and business relationships with my lenders, my underwriters, and my team that I can go to them. Hey, lender A, hey, lender B, hi, lender C. I have a business owner in this situation. Yeah, we can help them out. Actually, this would be the best scenario. So one person getting $35,000 here, that same individual was able to get $200,000 to $300,000 over there. So now think about the money, and the amount is different to each person. But if I'm going to get you $200,000 here, but this person over here is telling you to sign the contract for $35,000, but you were looking for over $100,000, what makes more sense to you? Of course, you have to look at the term and the repayment. Not go into the rates. The rates is part of it. However, the benefit needs to exceed your repayment. If you're over here struggling to get a business loan, but Michael, I wanted 7 to 10% interest. You don't understand my situation. I've been in business for 10 years. I have this and this. Well, okay, if you have that, let me look at your revenue. Let me look at your profitability. Do you have any collateral? No? Okay. Well, this is how we move forward. Are you going to grow? Are you going to act like as an adult, or are you going to act like a baby? And I'm not saying that to be negative. This is just tough love. A lot of you take that the wrong way. I'm the oldest of two. I have a younger brother. He's 23. I'm 29. And I'm always careful and considerate of other people's situation. But I want you to understand that sometimes you don't get what you want the first time at least. You have to work up. Like I spoke to a business owner yesterday. The same person that I spoke to who is having trouble because he told me all the emails I'm getting, Michael, every day, just, it reeks up and I said, I agree with you. And it's unfortunate you are, but outside of that, you're seeing through them. And I'm happy and I'm glad and I'm grateful that you're able to see through me that my value stands out amongst them, where I actually show you the underwriting, the different services. I show you your situation, what's happening in the construction, medical, caregiving, anything like that. I can show you. There's more niches. Some of those are just some of the many that I've already worked with. And so my next point now, and then I'll open it up for questions. Why will your small business or business in general not succeed past those 5 years, or even if you're already past those 5 years? If anybody knows the answer to that question, please put it in the comments. I will say it, I know I didn't give you much time, but it's two things. Lack of cash flow, circulating already in your business, but then number two, understanding how to market your business. You may be that person who works with the marketing, who works in the product development and the marginal in your product services and creating more products if need be. But it's less about creating more products that a lot of business owners look at. They say, hey, this product worked, so let me create an iteration of that. Yeah, I'm not saying it wouldn't. I'm just saying, is it the right time to do that? Maybe it's best for you to expand your demographic and psychographic. Maybe it's best to look at pricing within that product model, looking at adding actual offers to that product. How do you increase your consumer base? How do you retain long-term retention from that one person that comes in? And there's a lot more, but I'll just leave it right there. And then secondly, like I said, you have to understand how to advertise your business. A lot of business owners, They do want to get funding for marketing and advertising and understand what they're doing, but others don't. They say, I want marketing money, I want advertising money, but when I see what they're actually doing, they're wasting money. And what they make, what they profit, what they take home is more than what the actual business is making. So if you're that individual who's like spending that extra $20 to $30 on going to get a Subway sandwich for the whole family, or that's a different situation, but you're going to go to like a 7-Eleven and buy yourself and reward yourself with these treats, but those $20 to extra $30 you could have put into an advertising campaign, you could have put it into your marketing. Just because you had one good day, one successful month, one successful year, why are you taking more than what you're putting in your business? Make your business succeed so you can succeed long term. If you get into business, don't look at it as a short-term gain. A lot of individuals that I speak to, hey, I profited, I made this, I thought I had gross profits, but I was profitable per year, but you're not looking at it as in like, what's the return on your investment for each activity? Whether it's driving you a financial gain or it isn't, like your relationship with your customers. What's the return on that investment? Am I using my energy and my time effectively? If I'm not, how can I improve it? Or how can I completely get rid of it? How can I make the customer experience a lot better? How do I keep and retain the same customer? Maybe drive more value behind that. If they have a problem with this, I add more on top of this product. Boom, I create something irresistible where I'm not having to always iterate and create a new product. So the two things, lack of cash flow, sufficient cash flow, and that's part of the reason why you go out and seek capital and you speak to someone like myself. And then secondly, lack of advertising and marketing in your business. And your take home, you're keeping more than what you're actually leaving in the business. So let me come to the comments. Hi, how are you? Like I recommend, and I tell everybody this in my bio, I hope you guys can find the link. TikTok, they have issues or something. Like, I don't know what's going on, but they are saying I'm uncompliant. I've been compliant. I could see a lot of other people's content and I go, how the heck did they not even have a warning? They've been out for some time. How is this content not even getting a warning from TikTok? Maybe they will get it in the future because somehow they started doing that on my content and then some of the most recent stuff that's compliant in my eyes, and I've read through everything. So the link may not be in the bio, but that's what I would do first. So go to the bio, click the link. The first button, it is the funding submission form. Fill out your funding details, where then it will land in my email. After that, I will be able to evaluate it, analyze it, and give you a proper response back on your best funding option and options, thoroughly broken down from intro all the way to the conclusion. So that's what I recommend most people do. Everybody says, how can I call you? What can I do to set up a consultation? Which is fine, but the number one thing you want to do is fill out that questionnaire that's in the bio. And there's going to be a lot of resources you can look through, but the primary one is a funding submission form. So if anybody has any questions, now will be the best time. EIDL updates. Come on, let's get over ourselves. Again, this is me coming to you with tough love. I'm not an angry person at all, or aggressive at all. But let's get over ourselves. We're all expecting the EIDL loan. I need to be saved. I need my business to recuperate, so I need the EIDL to come back. And a lot of you have caused fraudulent activity. I'm not saying you specifically, but that's been what's happening. Just get prepared for the repayments coming up here in October. It's coming up fast. And that's what you should be preparing for. And I created content on this on the channel that you guys can watch. And you guys go type in my video search, repayment. And that's where you're going to get a lot of information. So the alternative to getting an EIDL loan, I don't want to get in depth because I've already spoken on this in the past. Go to the YouTube channel or the blog. And you'll understand, and I even made comparison and contrast. I did videos with like SBA EIDL versus SBA 7A, SBA EIDL versus merchant cash advances, SBA EIDL versus unsecured term loans, lines of credits, etc. Private lending, all these options. So if there's no clear distinction after watching those videos, it shows me two things. You didn't pay attention. You're looking for handouts, You're looking for something that doesn't exist as a third one, and there's quite a bit more. So be careful, just to recap, who you are getting your information from. I see a lot of bad information out there, outdated, scammy. I helped a business owner recently get away from the 600. He got offered a 600K in a line of credit. Ridiculous. He couldn't even get that offered with us, let alone get 600,000. Not even get a line of credit. He was never going to get that because some other person said, "Hey, come over here, sign the contracts." Guess what that company will then do? They're not going to pay him. There's fraudulent activity, and that person then is going to turn around and go to another company where that lender is going to find out you were a part of a fraud. Yeah, but it wasn't my fault. Yeah, but at the same time, you also had this other application where somebody told you you couldn't get that, yet you still followed through with it. Ignorance. Get out. That's what a lot of lenders do, especially the top tier lenders. They're like me. I don't have energy and time to waste. Even a sentence, even a little word is too much energy spent. Or you should know better. So I saved an individual not too long ago. He wanted me to understand what this offer was, and I saw it right away, and I went, "This is BS." And I sent him an email back and even a text message. Don't follow through with this. This is a company that is causing fraudulent activity. They're not an actual direct lender like they say they were. They said they were. And you can't even find any information of them online. That's another red flag. And they're kind of just hiding behind the wall. How are you ever going to get that with that company if you couldn't even get it with my best lenders? The most known lenders out there in the market. You are out of your mind if you're even asking me that question. Is this even legitimate? I mean, you will ask that, but I would be even better said saying, "I know this isn't legitimate, Michael, but can you please look into this?" That approaches it from a different angle. Like, okay, there's no ignorance here. And you don't always know because you're out there trying to find out what's the best option. And so when you're shopping around, be careful who you shop around with. With me, we protect your information, so we're not just shooting it out everywhere. Now you're getting a lot of lenders who are contacting you. Like, I recently lost a lot of deals because these dumb fraud or non-fraud lenders out there are contacting my clients who I have built a strong connection with, and I'm showing them how to do it correctly. Go to the best lenders here. These are not going to work for you, but they accidentally went a different direction. It's frustrating for the two of us. And they come back to me and go, "Oh, I thought this was you." No, it wasn't me. And then other people think, "Oh, it was you, wasn't it?" To make themselves sound better, like they weren't the ones that made the mistake. I can see through that BS. Like, I lost a business owner not too long ago who went directly through the SBA. Shouldn't be doing that. And I'm not going to get into the details why. I've already spoken about that in the past. But the way he said it back to me, I said, "Okay, fine, move on." And so I was helping this individual out tremendously doing it the right way. And they decided to not even look at an email of mine. Completely oblivious. They haven't shown up to one of these lives in some time. They used to be a reoccurring individual. Maybe they felt guilty. I would feel that way. I mean, it's not necessarily always your fault. But at the same time, I emailed you like 4 to 5 times. There's no excuse. So in my work, I'm a very punctual person. You will get the best. I guarantee you that. That's something that I can hold with you. My character, my skills, and everything you need to know about with getting the best service for your specific situation right now or in the future. There's no doubt about that in my mind because I've done it over and over and over. SBA, 7A, 504, 8A, Microloan Community Advantage Program, more SBA programs. Merchant cash advances, traditionally hybrid with term loans, unsecured term loans of 1 to 3 years, online bank term loans of 2 to 3, 5, 7 years, sometimes your choice. We're talking about securing it with collateral, uncollateralized options, equipment financing, personal/startup loans, credit line hybrid. All of this I do every single day. If I show you guys my emails, I can cut the ratio of those who are actually serious and those who are not. I'm going to leave you with this last note. Do not waste my energy and my time. I told this individual he wanted to speak over a phone call. He sent me a text message. He couldn't get hold of me because of my voicemail. Sometimes I can't erase them all because I'm just getting busy. And two, I don't go back to erase those voicemails. I always check them right away. So that also says that I'm flooded and I'm doing what I need to do correctly. If you're getting somebody who has flooded voicemails, that's actually a very good sign. So I called them back. They didn't answer the first time. They called me and I answered, and we just had an amazing conversation. One of the most, I could hear it in his voice, how punctual of a business owner he is. I didn't even need to ask him. And that conversation gravitated towards me knowing that. And so in it, I was at the end of the phone call and I just set the record straight. Like, I know when he's going to want to get funding. How soon is he expecting it? Is it now or is it in the future? Secondly, I made it very clear. I'm not another business loan broker / agent to waste their energy and time with. If you're that person who's going to kick rocks, like I have a lot of people, and this is why I bring it up, and this isn't because you are that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you are. I want to make it very clear to you that if you say you'll do something, whether you say it to me or in your head, and you don't follow through with it, shame on you. And it's because it's a character flaw, like credit. Did you know that the SBA, as well as other funding programs, the credit score is more of a characteristic issue? Yeah, we can go deeper and look at the reports and say these numbers are here, this is what's showing up, child support, blah, 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 legal issues, whatever. But your character shows me everything I need to know. How do you make your payments? Do you make them on time? Anything late? Why is it fluctuating, Jerry? Come on, Lisa. Why is this the case? But I deserve $500,000 and I have 10 years in business. All right, come here. Let me educate you. Very nicely, I will. Your expectations are up here. We need to get you here so then I can get you back up here. If you're there and you know everything, okay, great. But people who think they know it all, you're not going very far. You're probably not going as far in your business as you would like to. I speak to business owners who are ignorant. I deserve an SBA loan. Well, you weren't profitable. I saw your year-to-date financials. You told me what you were doing, why you shouldn't have done it this way, and I corrected you. And then they had an aha moment like, oh, so this is what I can do to become more profitable. You know the answers, but let me consult with you why that's the case. You want to come back in 6 months and get an SBA loan? Listen to me. Listen to your accountant. Listen to the people that operate in your business, your employees. Listen to the co-owner, the person in business operation, accounting, person at the head of marketing and advertising, the product management, etc. Stop getting set in your ways thinking, well, you don't understand. I had to go up in expenses and that overcame everything. If I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have shown innovation. I wouldn't have shown. It's not that. It's you're just not doing it correctly. And it probably isn't the time to do that. So, like I just mentioned, it won't be every time, but when I'm on a call with someone or in an email, I will make it abundantly clear. Do not waste my energy or my time. If you're a tire kicker, keep kicking rocks, go somewhere else. Period. No more. I don't have to say another word. I don't have to invest another time opening up an email to see that, to hear it. Today, an individual, I made it very clear. I broadcasted an email on this specific subject, on business owners who receive emails, text messages, direct messages, anywhere and everywhere, calls, voicemails. Be very careful. Now, when it's me, I won't push it like that. I won't be sending you phone call after phone calls, but I will follow up with you. If I don't get feedback from you, how the heck am I supposed to do my job? How am I supposed to care for you? Well, Michael, you didn't tell me. Yeah, I did. You just didn't find that text message. Well, I get swamped in text messages. Well, you find the text message. You put my name. Like the individual yesterday, amazing person. I haven't spoken to somebody like this I have, but the way that they were fluidity in their words was perfect. And it wasn't fancy, like they wanted me to hear something and not do it. They're an action taker, not an action preserver. So what you need to get out of this video, first and foremost, we've gone in for some time. Do not close yourself. Keep an open mind to allow feedback. And if you can do those two things with me, I'll be more than happy to help 110%. But for those individuals who don't do any of that, one or two, I would accept the two. It's best. Wow, you're going to be a lot to work with. You're going to be a lot to handle. And I'm able to just say no to people. I can do that. Show you everything that I have here. I've shut down $1 million per month business owners. I'm not having it. You are tremendously terrible at giving any feedback. You're terrible at responding to anything. You haven't sent any documentations, and you asked me the same damn stuff 3 times. It's not even to receive clarity on it anymore. It's just to ask me again. Like, what is this? I don't mind reiterating it. I could do that. I'm more than happy to. But why are we in the situation that we were in about a month ago, man? Like, what are you doing to me? My life, you're just, get out. Like a business owner today left me on red. Well, they're going to take action is another question. I needed to collect their August bank statements. They left me on red. They couldn't have said, okay, thanks, at least, or thanks, I'm going to get on it. Maybe they're busy, I get it. Character flaw. It's not easy to work on yourself, but you have to every single day. It's a mirror of your business. What you do in your own personal life is a reflection of how your business is going to operate. Is it organized? I'm not organized, so your business isn't organized. Oh, it's so easy for me to outsource it to somebody who can take care of it. There's Janice or Danny who's more organized than I am. And now there's a place and time for that to say, hey, this person is more skillful in this. I'm not saying that. You shouldn't. But when are you going to grow up? When are you going to understand that it's your business, your baby? That's my question to you, and that's my challenge, is work on yourself personally so it can be a reflection of how you do in your business, not the opposite. A lot of people get into business. I want to make money, Michael. You don't understand me. I want to do this for my family. Well, okay, now we're getting into it a bit deeper. Now I'm starting to get a better understanding of your why. And you hold on to that, and that carries you every single day. But why else did you get into business? If your answer to me is because I wanted to make money, I mean, that's part of it, but that's an external reason. Money, what does it do? Sure, it can help create freedom, but to what degree? So I'll let this roll for about another minute and I have to get going. And I'm looking at my laptop. I have a lot of emails that have been sent to me today, so I will be responding to those of you who have. If you have not filled out the questionnaire form, that's what I recommend, and that's where you should start, where then I will be able to evaluate it and analyze it with my meticulousness. I'm an introverted person, and so you're going to get the best. You're going to see everything that you need to and make a better decision, as opposed to these dumb emails that get sent to you, hey, come and reapply, or some representative, some financial advisor who didn't even understand you or even explain it to you appropriately. It's just disgusting to me. But a lot of people are desperate for money, so they'll do anything and everything, especially with those lower tier products like the cash advances. There are more desperate people looking for funding. Those are the individuals who end up going to that service. But if you're not desperate for money, I mean, it doesn't mean you have to be desperate to get that. Usually it's the case. But I have business owners of all backgrounds and industries who, like now, are getting approved for the SBA loans. 504, 7A, getting funding in the millions and billions. Hi, John. It's a beautiful thing to see, though, in the work that you put in, because I'm in 100% with you. But the single second I see some withdrawal and I see some no feedback, next, perhaps I'll follow up with you. But you're kind of in my peripherals. And then you're not even in my peripherals in time. I go so out of my way, out of my depth to work at this. When other individuals are out there, hey, just come and apply. You know what they do, right? They find all this data online from the credit bureaus or other ways, and they call you. They text you. They heckle you, almost harass you into getting business funding. And I'm over here just like, this is laughable. It's not, but it's, my goodness. Oh, I know. It's just I know it's not like you're getting a home mortgage or any kind of insurance, etc. This is a whole different playing field. And I've said this before, if you're okay with wasting your time, I'm more than happy to have you do that. If you decide you want to go and do it your way, feel free. Might not be best. If you would have better understood this situation, and had applied it there, or you would have completely gone away from that and gone over here, it would have reduced all the mistakes. But now you have all these people emailing you. You're like just trying to decipher which one is legitimate, which one should I pick. You're like doing this basically. And then I've been there. I've done that. And so you're like this. Okay, I'll open it up from this. Oh, they were offering me this amount of money. Wow. And this is another part. Another stubborn business owner the other day said to me, oh, you probably don't have the best lenders. You probably should just move away and get away from them. And no, I deal with the best lenders. And she was disapproved because of credit. She had things showing on her credit reports, negative trade lines, and a few more things. And then she tells me, well, I got approved with, I'm not going to say the name of the companies, but she got approved with A, B, C, D. Hey, an approval is actually different than getting the actual offer. What, did you get pre-approved? Oh, you got an offer? Okay. Well, you know they're still closing and underwriting. So that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the funding. We weren't even able to give you an offer, and they were. Guess what's going to happen? Your file's going to get declined from all of them. Because I know what's bad. But you're so pumped up. Yeah, I got an offer. Yeah. And then final underwriting comes in. I see this all the time. It's happened to me before. But I see it every single time with a lot of clients who come in. Like one right now. I'm not going to say exactly what was the reason, but there was plenty of them today. But if I can pick one out right here. Now I'm looking at it. Due to credit eligibility score. And there's more information that I have, but I can't release that to you. This person doing like 60,000, 70, 80,000 a month consistently declined, not having the right criteria via credit. So what does that say? Fix the areas that need improving. Another business owner the other day. Yeah, I got to work on my credit repair. Yeah, I'll get on that. Can you please send me the information? 2 months passed. What a joke. Get out of my way, please. Now, I'm not going to shut them down if they end up coming back to me. I'm not going to say no to them not because of money or anything. That's not what it is. It's because I'm that person who's willing to lend an extra hand when nobody else will. But when you say you're going to do something, hey, Michael, I couldn't follow through. I have an individual right now. I'm not going to say her name, but she calls me. She is more than happy to send me an email, text message. Her and I have great conversations every time. She tells me her current situation, what's happening, why she wasn't able to do this. Because she's one of those individuals who said, in about 2 weeks, Michael, I'll be ready. But then she lets me know, hey, Michael, I'm not in a space right now. Like they're trying to health-wise do better. Not a worry in the world. Take your time on all of this. I have no pressure. I'm not going to do any of that ever. I'll follow up with you from time to time, not every single day, but I'll be there for you whenever you need it. And they're more than happy to give me a call. Like, they don't have to, but I know when I see their number come in and I go, hey. And so we have a conversation, and she just lets me know, like, this is happening with my situation, with my husband. And I'm like, whenever you're ready. You know me. I will never do that to you. I'm not like these other providers, these brokers and agents who ramble or just try to fluff you up with words. They have run-on sentences. They can't even finish a sentence and they say 10 different other things. They go off on a tangent. I can see that BS from miles away. Traditional salespeople. I can see that. I can smell that. I'm not a traditional salesperson. My background, academics. I went to school, played Division I soccer. Was in the university system, community college system. Didn't grow up in a rich family. I would say middle class, just above middle class, or no, just above, like barely in. And then over time, it started to get a little bit higher as I grew up with my family. So yeah, I was put in an environment to succeed and brought up a good way. And things were given to me in the process, but not everything. I had to work for a lot. When I was put into sports, I'm not athletically gifted. Genetically, you should look at my dad, look at my younger brother, look at my mom. We're not genetically gifted, but guess what we have? My dad's Salvadorian, my mom is Mexican. But she grew up in Fresno, so you can say she's more of American. But speak Spanish. We weren't given everything, but we were hard workers. I can tell you this, I'll outwork anybody in this space, as well as in others. That's how I got to a level, specifically academically, as well as in sports. Because I wasn't genetically gifted, but I had the personality. I always worked on myself. I had belief. I knew what I had to change to be better at it. How to outsmart people. How to put myself in positions where I wouldn't have to run for the entirety of the game. And I played as a center midfielder. That tells you a lot. The center midfield is the most, I wouldn't want to use the word cerebral, but they know everything around them. They see their vision. They see a play happen before it has. They slow down the game. And that happened over time as I gained more experience and I got older. Slow down the game. Meticulously. Flowing. Now I don't play the sport anymore because I grew out of it. From time to time I do, but some close friends. And there will be probably a reunion next year, I'm hearing, for high school and stuff like that, so that'll be cool. But the reasoning is because I work harder than most. There's an engine in me, even when I'm in a van, like I look like a van, but I'm operating like a Ferrari engine because the motors are running. And there's days where I'm physically conditioning hard. Like today, I'm going to go and run after this, about 3 o'clock. So it isn't like I'm better than anybody. It's just I will outwork you. And when people ask me, can I trust you, Michael? I'm asking myself, can I trust you? Because my standards are up here. Where are yours? I'm going to test you as a human. I'm going to peel back like an onion your character. I'm going to know who you really are without you telling me. Because your actions say more than your words. People like this who don't respond. People who have a great personal and business relationship still don't. Well, Michael, I went out of the town for a month. You wouldn't understand. How about we understand this? When we first communicated, you were told how to approach this. Don't just go out of town and don't do anything. Don't give me feedback. A real estate investor, one of my good friends, let me put my charger on here and I'll get going in a moment. If you guys are finding value out of this, I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys can share this with others so you feel will get value out of it. It's time for people to wake up and understand that they need an education. And I do have one of the fastest growing YouTube channels out there. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way. This is me being confident. I've never been a cocky person. I can talk to my family. I hope that's charging. I just plugged it in and I can see it pop up on my computer. But it's time that we wake up. If you guys have any friends or family, it can be a complete stranger. But let them know that there's somebody there that can help them, that cares more about making money. It's not about making money to me. I know my stuff very well. I get there's a business part of the equation, but for me, it's about the value. It's about changing people's life in a humane way, seeing through their flaws, if any, and figuring out how to get the best out of them. And then that transfers into your business. But if anybody has any questions, please feel free to weigh in. I don't have my phone on the stand, it's on the charger. For some reason the lighting is bad too. The camera wasn't like this before. This is in my room too, by the way, if you're new to this channel. I'm watching my younger brother's house while he's out. He went to Denver, now they're in Michigan. And so they have a dog here, a Corgi, who I am taking care of for until the 20th. So I've been here for quite some time now, for about 3 or so days. And, I'm feeding them, letting them walk out. I was a bit irritated earlier because I had left the patio door open because I'm working and I let it open for him to come in and out. Sometimes I don't go down there and close it. Like, you have to understand friction and not always being everywhere at once, doing everything. Like, when I wake up, oh man, like I see everything with my brother and I go, how's he and his wife or his soon-to-be's? Like, how are they? Like, there's so much friction in what they have sometimes. Like, even little things like the soap bottle not being out, the type of cleaning products. They don't have a towel I can clean my hands with. I have to use a paper towel every single second. I have to stretch my arms out like this. Like, I know that's, to a lot of you, like, whoa, he's making a lot of this. At times it can be, but it's about reducing friction, isn't it? In your life, what do you do to reduce friction? Like, I wake up in the morning on my days where I do cardio, I will do it right then and there in my room. I'm not walking down the stairs, putting some dishes away, opening all the blinds myself, if it is me or somebody else. I'm not doing this, and then I go to work, and that's like 20 to 30 minutes. You just put a lot of energy and time to this. So you have to be effective and efficient. When I wake up, exercise. Boom, 20 to 30 minutes. Do my in-place jog, my in-place workout. Boom, done. Clothes is already out. Just towel laying there on the bed or laying in the bathroom. Just pick it up, boom, put it where I need to, or leave it as it is. Shower, get out, go to the room, change, boom, come into the office where it's right next to my room, and then I can come in here. I can read a book or two while I'm sitting down, or I can do it somewhere else. Come here, sit down, write 3 things that I'm grateful for and thankful for. Write down what I'm going to be doing for the day if I haven't already, if it wasn't done the night before. Boom, tackle it. So now my 4 to 5 or so hours are so efficient, nobody's going to mess with it. So for my time, usually nowadays I wake up at about, I do wake up still like around 6:30. I used to wake up at 4 when I was building my first business, and I worked from about 5 to 7 before I went to my traditional 9 to 5 job, like a lot of us have or we had. So I took sacrifice. I said, hey, I want to get to, this is my drive and this is what I want to do. So I would wake up 4:30 work, 5, boom, boom, knocking it out, 5:36, 7. I had a good 2 to 3 hours, if not, to work my butt off, to concentrate. Nowadays, I can wake up a little bit later because I've already established a lot, even if that, but I usually get into work about 8 or 8:30. By 8:15, I should have certain tasks already completed and moved on to my next point. Now, if you're that individual who doesn't do that, it's time. Like, if you do not protect your time and energy, as a business owner, if you're not doing that, and that's something that I could talk about in time, like the productivity tools and everything that I do, probably show you guys day to day about how I operate, who I'm communicating with, how this gets communicated, and the best amount of energy and time possible. What time am I doing this now? When do I transition? But I'm very punctual about it. So if I get out of the call blues and I don't recognize the number, guess what? My phone's already on silent. Or if it isn't, I'm going to just cut that call, back to my work, send me a text message, let me know who's calling me. Not a, hey, Michael, can we talk? Like, I don't even know what the hell this is. Why am I supposed to go take my time now and go find that number in my email? So when you're speaking with me, like I'm saying, you're speaking to a punctual human being. This isn't a 300-man company. It's me. Later on, I might bring my mom on and my dad, my younger brother. He does real estate. But I've built enough already where I can. I just like doing a lot of this right now, having that kind of control. And then when I give up control, then yeah, it'll allow more freedom. But right now, I like the way that things are. So I'll leave it at that. And you can only imagine as an introvert, like if I called you once, like please pick up. If we have a set time to call, that's even better, but I don't mind doing it again. It's that introverted mind, like, nope, didn't work, well, on to the next one. But I'll do it. But just don't be a hassle. Like the people who leave me on scene. Like, come on. Nothing? Like days pass, I know you were probably busy at the time, but nothing? Well, I wanted my loan, you don't understand me. We had to go there. When you work like this, though, and you know when you need to get something done, you'll get it done, that's the individual I want to work with. So I'm going to leave you with that for now. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you for being here. I have to get going. I have to go take care of my brother's dog, Chip the Corgi. And I will keep releasing content, so look out for my future videos on the YouTube channel. You can type in my first and last name, which is Michael Granados. Site, it is viralfundingsolutions.com. You can find all the information on the channel. You'll find my blog, other social media channels. You can get connected with me. Fill out the questionnaire form that's in the bio and or in the description if you're watching this later on the YouTube channel. And I will leave you with that. Talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye.